Hello YouTube, this is the Troll King coming at you today with some back and some rear delts. Just another film of the workout, a little bit of cardio, some dialogue. All the videos are not going to be just workout. It's not a purely fitness channel. It's just I'm working out at these times. Hopefully tomorrow, I think it's my last day off, so we might cook something a little snazzy. Just trying to change things up a bit. But anyways, back and rear delts is a very important workout for me because I did strongman from 2013 till the end of 2017 when I decided I just wanted to do something new. Talked to my friend Corey and we devised a plan, and I decided to become a bodybuilder. Weird decision. My wife Beth basically thinks that I have to be torturing myself in some kind of way. If it's not trying to lift heavier and heavier loads, it's depriving myself of calories and carbohydrates and still trying to lift good loads. But anyways, one thing that held me back a lot as a strongman is I just hated doing back accessory. It was just really boring to me. I don't understand why. I loved deadlifts. I loved anything like that. But as far as just rows and rows and rows and rows, I hated doing it. And so one thing we noticed, I was 305 pounds when we started this plan. As I started to lean out, my back sucked. I had no back. And my arms weren't that great either, but so the back became the big focus. We knew, I got down, I got shredded, I got in good shape, but we knew if I was going to keep doing this, if I was going to move forward, back was going to have to be it. So I competed September 2018, and it's been, now 1.5, almost 2 years of just trying to build back. And I think I've done okay. It's certainly a lot better than it was when it started. But so you'll see little form tips of things that I do. I still design my workouts. I know I said yesterday I just love volume. I design my workouts as a bodybuilder kind of the same way that I did when I was in strongman, in that I pick a movement or two, in this case two, that I think are going to be my big money makers, the ones that I really need. And I do those with volume, 5 sets, 5 to 8, 6 to 8. And then for the rest of it, I prioritize them a little lower. So I do less sets, or I find different ways to do things, kind of like the decline bench type deal. But so I did close grip pull down and pull ups. I'm calling them pull ups for lack of better terms. Obviously, if you're a purist and you watch them, you're going to see I don't go all the way up. They're not. It's not a standard pull up, but I can't do very many. I was doing them with bands for a really long time because I had always heard, you do them with bands, builds up your strength. Eventually you can do it without. But really I found I wasn't building the strength to do pull-ups unassisted by using bands. It was just banded pull-ups, which feel pretty good. But I like to do, essentially, I really, really contract my back as hard as I can, and I get to where my arms are almost at like a 90 degree. Then I let down to a still not all the way down, just keep tension for as many reps as I can. Just so happened this time it was around 5 ugly looking ones, but I'm just trying to build that strength back up, and we're in off season. So as I get heavier, it gets harder to do them. I'm around 270, 275 right now. So 5 sets of 5 on what I call pull-ups, I'm still pretty happy with. But anyways, just enjoy, like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you liked the little bits that I didn't hear where I talked and gave some form education, which I should say. What I love about bodybuilding is it's such an individual sport. Like when I give a couple tips here in terms of form things, that's for me. That's something that I have found helps me connect my brain to that muscle and get it firing the way it needs to, so I can get the right things sore and get the right things working. So I'll keep giving the tips, but just always know if you've read something in a book or something worked a little better for you, it's not that you're wrong, it's not that I'm wrong, it's just this is what works for me. And that's kind of all you can do. But yeah, just let me know what you think, and later. Alright guys, one of the things I forgot to talk about whenever I gave my little home gym tour is my sweet pulley, homemade. Little carabiner, little $6 pulley from Menards, cables, and grab this end. You got a thinner one, looped it around tight as we could, put this little thingy on there, and that's how I can do pull downs, which you will see as I start doing sets. So I got a little mag attachment. I bought this a super long time ago just because I like the close grip one, and I was working at commercial gyms that just didn't have the kinds that I really wanted, so a personal thing. It was like 60, 70 bucks, but I've had that for a few years. And I just got about 1.5 feet, 2 feet cut of this chain here. So this is kind of how I have to do it. I got my little 25s that I stack up, link chain through it, and then you'll see. Alright guys, sitting down here, getting ready to do some close grip pull downs. What I love about the mag attachment is for close grip pull downs especially, it's usually recommended you do them underhand. That way you can really incorporate that lower lat. I don't really have the wrist mobility to do that. It's hard for me to do barbell curls. It's a lot of things where my wrists just have to be like that, and it kind of cants them weird. But the mag puts, it's almost underground, but it puts them at a little bit of an angle. So it's just the best of both worlds. Doing 175, it's pretty brutal when you actually have to do them with plates, and maybe it's just the pulley itself, but you know, you'll see when you go to actual commercial gyms that have the cable stacks for pull downs, you can go to 200 plus, and it's heavy, but you don't really know. But I would challenge anyone to actually, whatever it says is a sticker, the number on the plate thing or the pin loaded thing they're doing, actually load that up with plates and see how much harder it is to do pull downs with it. But here, went a little shirtless so you can see the muscles working a little better, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the stretch under load. And set 2. Hey guys, just a little interruption here. Was just doing my second set of pull downs. It's gonna be the same as incline press, 5 sets of 6, well 8. I always say 6 to 8, so it's 5 sets of 8. But I just figured something that might be of use is when I do these lat movements, pull downs especially. A lot of times when people do like pull-ups or they do pull downs, what they like to do is they just reach all the way up and just loosen up. I don't like to do that. I like to feel like there's a hook at the lower part of the lat, especially when I'm doing these close grip. These mag pulls have it kind of like at an angle. So I like to feel like there's a connector, like a hook and a string from this to my elbow. So when I stretch, you'll see my back goes like that. And I can't, if I go all the way out, I lose that. I have to be like right here to keep that tension and pull from there. It keeps a continuous tension, and you can really start to feel pull from right there. It's important for shots like the front lat spread, which I have a terrible one, which is why I have to do so many of these. But just figured I'd give a little bit of a form note for what it's worth. Alright, so settling back into set 3 here after the little form cue, so hopefully you can see a little better about what I'm talking about, or maybe just try to pinpoint things that are going on with it. Fun story. I did the little tour earlier about how the pulley was made. Excuse me, guys. And I talked about the loops at the end of the cable where you attach the little, I call them the little thingies that kind of gives it an area so you can clip in with a carabiner. The one by the handle after that first working set, or I think right before it, came loose, and so I went to pull up and the mag grip just pulled off. Luckily it was right when the weights had left the ground, so it didn't have far to fall, which was a bit of a blessing, because obviously as you can see my legs are, it can be a little precarious, could have been on a fail. But I forgot to mention one of the more important parts of the gym is what it's pulling from. Is I got a Rogue pull-up bar that was about, really not too bad, about $100. It's one of the things I was talking about. I know we're talking about the negatives of the job that I have, but the perks, money-wise, you know, I got word that the gyms were going to be closing, so I was able to just go to Dick's Sporting Goods and shell out about $350 and get myself a little bit, you know, the home gym with the plates and the dumbbells and stuff, and then just add on where I could. You know, once a little bit later, I got this pull-up bar, and then spent, you know, $30 at Menards and Home Depot, and got this pulley made so I can legitimately do every workout now. And for whatever reason here, looks like I did 6 sets. I thought I did 5. I think sometimes when I'm filming, I'll like forget how many sets I did, because I didn't make, with the chest I made it easy for myself and did the dumb little holding up the finger in front of the screen. But so 6 sets of 8, which not bad. But this set was brutal. You see my form breaks a little bit. Sometimes it's not able to go down as far. Gets very, very, very heavy, but it's super good. Next we're gonna do my little lame, what I consider to be pull-ups. Again, as you'll see, it's only, you know, if you want to give me 5, that's great. My chin's not going over the bar. I'm not going all the way down. I'm just trying to keep that tension, which is really what it's all about for me with these. It's just keep that tension, feel like I'm contracting really hard, and I just feel it in my back. You know, I can go all the way down, you know, just disengage everything. And sometimes you'll see if my form breaks, that'll happen. but just holding it there, you'll see where my lats flare at the bottom, and pulling from there, I really can't explain it, guys. It's just, it just feels harder and it feels better. It makes my back feel good. I don't feel the pain or the tension anywhere else, which is really all you can ask for. And yeah, they're starting to get ugly now. This should be the last set here. Did I get a full 5 on this set? Yeah, struggle bus. But good times anyways. These I actually got, I've been doing variations of them for a while, but I think I just recently saw them in a James Hollingshead video again, where you just obviously chest support yourself and really do your best to let your shoulders droop a good bit, get that nice stretch, and then just yank them up. Perfect for the upper back. So I did 3 sets of these, 3 sets of 10 to 12. Felt pretty good. Like I said, lower priority for me, the upper back, because it just feels more developed. Here is a nice brutal little, I got these from a John Meadows video that he did with Hunter Labrada. They did it with a trap bar, which I have done at a commercial gym, which is, I like, the trap bar is better for me, definitely for the rows. The deadlifts, I just, because it's an easy curl bar, just loaded with 200 pounds of plate, so it's about 222, 225 pounds. I just come down to about mid-shin, to where I feel like the plate would be. It's actually even better because there's not any leg involved in that, it's just pure back. And these are brutal. It's just 10 and 10, but I mean, after you've already done the rows and you go into those deadlifts, it just starts to burning calories. It's good stuff. And here, what we have is sorry, sometimes things are gonna be out of center, but my upright rows, I just wanted to show the rear delt portion of it so you can see there is some trapping. The rear delts are getting work. You can see them. And the next video is going to be a bit of a form cue that we filmed so you can get that side of it. Alright, hey guys. So for these, for the upright rows, for rear delts, they're one of my favorite movements. They are pretty tricky to do. A lot of times, I've seen them done a lot of different ways, and I've done them a lot of different ways. Like wide grip for real heavier weight and actually put some body English into it just for this whole. It's good. It's great for the rear delts if you can isolate it as best you can, but it's also just really good for this whole slab. Just traps, rhomboids, upper back, rear delts, all of it. And from years of strongman with deadlifts, with especially axle, like clean and press, it's a pretty developed area of my physique, so it's not something I devote too much time to. But with these, what I've seen common mistakes is you'll see a lot of guys have this even when they do close grip, and they kind of swing it a little, and they get it like way out in front of their face. And I don't know what exactly that's working. I'm sure that's getting some rear delt. But so you've already seen it from the back. What I like to do, what I like to imagine is I'm kind of hitting under my chin, like I'm almost trying to cut my own head off. But instead of just swinging up, I'm trying to get my rear delts to go back. And when they can't go back any further, I bring the elbows back. So it's almost but like diagonally up. So it looks kind of like that. So from the front, it'll be looking like this. You're still going to get some trapped in it, but as Mike Israel said, one of my favorite things, who in the world has ever said, wow, my traps are too big? So just, get over it. But anyways, there you go. Hey, what's up, guys? Doing cardio by myself today. When I said that we were painting the house, what I really mean is the wife is painting the house, and I just exist. I help her with stuff when stuff needs to be lifted, or just things that she needs a second set of hands for. But really, she's pretty awesome in that it's a project that she feels passionately about, that she wants to do. So I just I help where I can. Beyond that, I honestly do most of the cooking, and I clean the kitchen and stuff. So pretty much a house husband at this point, but on my days off at least. But anyways, so I just wanted to say, yesterday I said, if it's later in the day or if it's bright, that there's fucking bugs everywhere. This is a better view. You can see behind me and ahead of me. I don't know, man. Just to me, it's just beautiful here. I'm so happy that we came, and just figured I would share it. I didn't want to talk going up the hill this time because one thing, when I'm by myself and the wife's not here, I go a little faster. So between wind and my fat ass huffing for air like a dying fish,
I just didn't think he wanted to suffer through that. But anyways, all right, bye.